It's a fairly radical procedure or concept, and change is difficult for a lot of people, for myself.
Does this mean that she no longer wants to be my twin or my brother? Will we lose that connection that we have as twins? I realized that I just needed to support her because I might be the only one that would.
I frame it in my mind and say that I feel like I had to mourn the passing of Alex before I could really accept Claire.
She finally asked me to come home for Christmas. And I said, well, I'm going to be coming home as Claire. And, if I do that, I'm only going to come if you promise to use she when you refer to me. And she said that it was her town and that, there was no way that I could live as a woman there.
I felt like I had to be very careful of what I said and how I said it.
I said, well, I can't come home then. So I spent my first Christmas, in college alone. Something clicked inside of me where I really felt so confident in myself and my decisions that I was willing to be me regardless of the consequences, regardless if I died on the table.
Unless I'm mad at her, then I'll just go down 3 notches.
Hey, let's see the boys.
Yes. Before talking to my family, I wanted to get together with some high school friends. Back then, they knew me as Sarah. I was about to say, really? All of them found out that I had transitioned via Facebook, and they didn't see me as a guy until the reunion.
And so
I know, and I was like, who the hell is Eli?
I'm like, Eli Strong. I'm like, Elizabeth Strong. Yeah. That is Eli. And then I was like, oh, okay.
When I think back on you in high school, I just remember like the long hair.
Yes.
Hey, no, I was trying. I really did try, because the last thing I wanted to do was...
But you always walked like a guy. Now that I think back on it,
I actually did.
True. Yeah.
You had swagger.
I mean, that was a great fear of yours. I can't even imagine the fear that you had every day, just not being you. And I wish you had been able to just talk about it. It makes me feel bad that you weren't able to even talk to the people that were closest to you.
Yeah.
You were almost mad at the world then? You seemed angry at that time.
God, so young. I was like, a lesbian. I was 16 when I finally started admitting to myself that I actually liked girls. And I didn't really have a language for that before. All I knew was that gay was bad. And so, that's bad.
I wasn't suspicious. Well, I was. I probably was. I probably would like to say I wasn't. It was our home, and I was walking out, and she was telling a friend goodbye, and they embraced, and I went, oh, whoa.
It was shocking for me that my mom saw it, because I was not ready for that. I mean, I had figured this out for myself 3 days before.
I'm kind of a traditional kind of person.
Shortly after I came out, I went to my doctor, who discovered a growth, and it had to be biopsied. And that really freaked out my mom, because she thought it might be malignant.
I can remember making a deal with God that said, let me just keep her. Don't take her. And she can do and be whatever she wants to be. Just let me have her. And so Monday, when the time came, and I called in, and they said, no, it's benign. And I said, hey, I told the Lord, I said, we made the pact. You're letting me keep her. I'll keep my word because you kept yours.
Just before I turned 27, I took the next step in my physical transition. I had a double mastectomy to make my chest more male in appearance. Today I'm doing a show and tell for other people who are considering chest surgery. I don't know how you feel about that. For me, the reason why I had surgery was because of the fact that I wanted my body to look on the outside the way I felt on the inside, you know? Never felt comfortable with them. They were everything that I didn't like about being female.
I felt awkward with my body because I had no other surgery and I'm comfortable with that. I'm set. All I wanted was chest surgery and I'm good.
The most difficult thing you had to deal with was the pain afterwards.
The hardest thing is that you can't lift your arms above, you can't really lift them above here for like 2 weeks.
So how about the nipple sensation?
Like if you lightly touch my nipple and my eyes are closed, I probably couldn't feel it. But if you like kind of like rub me like this, like my girlfriend likes to do.
So you're very happy with it?
Yeah, I am.
A couple months after my surgery, I started my testosterone injections. What shocked me the most was how fast things changed. I mean, fast. The morning after my first shot, kind of looked, and my hands looked different. And I walked to the mirror and my face looked different. And it wasn't that my face or my hands had changed. It was like this chemical balance in my brain had shifted and I saw things through different lenses.
This is my voice after 1 month on testosterone. This is my voice after 3 months on testosterone. This is my voice after 9 months on testosterone.
Even after all that work, people on the street were still seeing me as a female. It was incredibly frustrating to have that happen. No, I'm hip to it. How you doing, ma'am? And I'm like, no, you are not hip to it. I am not female. And so it's like they try so hard to be like, hey, I'm cool. And I'm like, no, you just botched it again. It almost feels like a judgment on who I am.
Practice a lot. It really takes a lot of practice. I mean, to go from something like this. So, hey mate, how you doing?
I've been there and it is inconvenient to lose your shorts in a pool. But it is so much more inconvenient to have to dive back down because you lost your penis.
If they're ugly, you know, and I just definitely want them to not talk to me ever again, I'll be like,
what up, man? You know what's up?
You don't